The opposition in Turkey appears to have won back control of the country's largest city, Istanbul, after local elections seen as a test of the popularity of the president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The AK party has already been defeated in the capital, Ankara, for the first time in 25 years. Well, I'm joined from Istanbul now by Ayla Jean-Yakli, a journalist who's been following the story. Ayla, welcome to you. Tell us about what's happening in Istanbul, because it's still unclear whether or not they have been overturned, the ruling party.
That's correct. There's quite a standoff here in Istanbul between President Erdogan's candidate and the opposition's unity candidate. Both sides are claiming victory. The High Election Board, the ultimate authority on the election, has said that the opposition candidate is in the lead by about 25,000 votes or so. But the ruling party, the AK party, has come back to say no. There were enough voting irregularities that we've discovered that would impact the final result.
Meanwhile, Ankara has definitely been lost to the ruling party, to President Erdogan's party, for the first time in, 25 years? Just how significant is this, given that they are regional elections, these?
Well, the interesting thing about this election was that Erdogan himself cast it into a much more larger question. He described the vote as a matter of survival for the country and not the typical mundane issues that voters will tackle when they go to a ballot box to elect mayors or city council members. So it was Erdogan himself who said that this was about something much greater than local issues. For most voters, that message didn't quite resonate. They're worried about the economy. Turkey's economy has slipped into recession in recent months, and Turks are grappling with sky-high inflation. They're dealing with unemployment that has put millions of people out of jobs. And so for them, there was, I think, quite a divergence in the message that was sent and what was received.
What reaction has there been from President Erdogan, and what kind of impact do you think these results will have now politically throughout the country?
Well, the president did speak last night when early results showed that Ankara had fallen to the opposition, and he spoke a few hours after that, and he signaled that the possibility of defeat in Istanbul. But he hasn't neither declared victory nor conceded. And so we're right now in a bit of a waiting stage. We're waiting to see how he responds to the developments that are occurring today. Like I said, with the election board putting the opposition candidate in Istanbul into the lead, and his own party saying no, we believe that there were irregularities. So at this point, we're still waiting to see what happens. And what it means in the long run, well, Turkey is about to enter a 4-year period without a vote, and this is the first time it's had such a long period without an election since 2002, when Erdogan's party came to power. And Erdogan has said that his focus will be going forward on the economy, on external relations, and so he says he wants to get back to work.
And how have the electorate responded to these results?
I think that initially, anyway, there's obviously a mix of emotions depending on who you voted for. For people who supported the opposition, they are quite happy. This is the first sort of chink in Erdogan's armor that they've seen in a long time. They hope that it might signal an unraveling of the political powerhouse that he's created. I mean, he so dominates the political sphere here in Turkey. But for those who supported Erdogan over the years, and as well as in this election, this is probably a moment of concern and worry that the cities that have been managed quite well by most accounts are now heading into unknown territory.
Okay, good to talk to you, Ayla Jean-Yakli. Thanks very much for joining us live from Istanbul there.